Hey guys, what's up? It's Friday. Drinking a little Volvic. I don't know why I'm laughing when I say that. From France. It tells you right there on the label. Bottled water. Somebody asked me, is the drinking water safe? Because I'm often seen drinking bottled water. Yeah, I think I just got in the habit of drinking bottled water in America. Not that the water's not safe in America, but I don't know why. It's a habit, and I just do. It's easy to have it in here and just have it sealed, and I don't know, yada yada. Do you drink bottled water or you drink out of the tap? Let me know. I use this to make my ice cubes. It's always strange to me when people drink bottled water and then use tap water to make their ice cubes. I eat an enormous amount of ice. I have to have ice in a cold beverage. So yeah, I'm one of those people that will be like, no, a little bit more ice, please. When we're at somewhere. British relatives were always like, why do you need ice? I'm like, I need ice. So it's Friday night again. Whoa, it's Party Central here at Casa Harris. Oh man, it's just been so busy at work. I've got to go to work tomorrow. I kind of dawned on me that I said to my one class that I was going to give them their final exam on Monday. And that's the class where I have to actually, I'm not using the same textbook, so I have to totally, make the final exam. And I can't just sort of copy last year's and change some stuff, which is what I'll do with my other class. So we use a thing called Moodle, which if you're a teacher or a professor, you probably maybe have come across in Japan. But anyway, it's just a computer thing, portal, I don't know what you would call it, that allows you to have a bunch of classes on there, and you can track homework, give grades, enter people and have them listed and email them quickly, etc., etc. It's helpful in a lot of ways, but it's, troublesome in other ways, and it's how I will make the test, and then we'll have, we have a big computer room at school with 50 computers at desks in a room, and I'll get all 50 of my kids in this room on Monday for 90 minutes and let them take the test. So that means tomorrow and Sunday I have to make the damn thing, and Sunday I also have 2 makeup classes. My university sets aside 2 days to if you ever missed a class, 2 official days where you're allowed to make up classes, and one of them's this coming up Wednesday, and I have 3 that day to make up for stuff I missed in June. But I also had to use, I didn't want to make kids come to school on Sunday, but I had to, and so I'm using, two of the time periods for my freshmen that I figured they were the ones most likely to actually show up. My Ninense and my other kids would probably be like, screw that, I'll take an absence. But the freshmen are still it's only their first semester of college. They're still pretty obedient and, willing to go along with what you say. So, yeah, I'm making them come to school on Sunday. So, Sunday after that, I will probably just sit in my office for the other 5 hours while I have aircon before they turn it off at 5 p.m. and make the test. So it's going to be a lot of work this weekend. It's not going to be a fun weekend. My week next week is going to be crazy, but I will try my best to continue these vlogs. I'm enjoying them. I think a lot of y'all are too. Sunday is the final of sumo, and I kind of said I would do it through the end of sumo, but I'll probably keep going. So that's another thing. I won't stay there till 5. I'll stay there until 3:30 or 4 because I want to come home and watch sumo. Luckily, when it's on the computer like that, I can work from home and do it, on my laptop here at home. But some reason, like I've said before, if I'm in my office, I'm more motivated. I've got all my materials around me. It just seems to happen faster. I'm not distracted. So what did I want to talk about? Let me talk about 2 things, hopefully under 10 minutes. One, how do you talk about this and not come off like a weirdo? Obviously when I first came to Japan, I was a jet. When you're a jet, you're going to be assigned students younger than you. There'll be some young jets. There'll be some jets that are coming over that were born in the 90s, which makes me feel really old. You might be assigned to a high school and literally be 23, and you're teaching kids that are 17 or 18. Not a big difference. Obviously, I came over, my first year as a jet, I was 35. My birthday's in July. I came over in July. So I just turned 35, and I was teaching junior high. So my kids were all 20 years younger than me, and a lot of the time, my shogakuse, my elementary kids, would love to remind me, "Wow, you're 36 or 37." As the years went on, that's the same age as my dad. That's the same age as my mom. So I'm like, "Oh, thanks." So yeah, I could be the parent of just about any kid I taught. Um, so there is this crazy Lolita schoolgirl thing that goes on in Japan. They sexualize young girls especially, um, and it's disturbing in a way. As you live here, you understand the reasons for it a little bit more. I'm not condoning it, and I'm not giving it a pass. I'm just saying I maybe understand it a little bit more. But yeah, it happens, and you kind of get a little used to it in a weird way. But it's still strange, right? So some of it strikes you as really odd. But now I'm teaching not high school, college age women. I mean, really, we should call them women. I mean, when you're over 18 or 20, you're a woman. But having said that, they often do things that remind me that they're still kind of kids, especially my freshmen. They do stupid, immature stuff. They act really kind of crazy sometimes. And you realize that they're kind of on that, they're on that precipice of going over from being a child to, or, an adolescent to being an adult. And I've become friends with, Takuya, if you know this channel, who did my Gaijin? My Gaijin blooper videos with me. You guys know Nozomi and some of the other girls that were in the videos where they've taken me to dinner. If I became a full professor, I'd be given what's called a seminar class, where I kind of oversee their journey through the college and be in charge of reading their dissertations, etc., etc. But as a part-time lecturer, I'm not given that responsibility. But other foreign teachers are, and they become very close to those students because they work with them for 3 years as they go through college. So you can become friends, for lack of a better word. I have a student assistant at school who helps me a lot and is a wonderful woman, and just she's going to take the world by storm. I can't wait to see what she does after she graduates. But every now and then you're reminded, like, I'm a guy. It's a girl. I'm a single guy too, so not that gives me a pass about what I'm about to tell you, but a fairly attractive freshman was, in my class the other day, and it's summer. The girls start to wear a little less, or maybe a little looser clothing, and she came up, and I stand. You've been in my classroom. You've kind of seen how I walk up. I stand on kind of like a raised platform where the podium is. It's not like a stage, but it's a step up. And I'm tall to begin with, so I'm looking down on people. I think you can see where this is going. And she just for some reason was wearing a very loose top that day, and they were out there to see. Let's just put it that way. They weren't very hidden. And, it's like, at one point, you catch the glimpse, and you're a male, and you have that instinct, you're like, okay, I'm going to look. And then you're like, no, you don't want to look, because, A, you definitely don't want to be caught looking, because then you're the pervy professor or whatever. But at the same time, you're like, what does it hurt if I look, So, it's like, at times like that, it reminds me that I'm in a very different job now. When you're teaching, 8-year-olds or 13-year-olds, this is not even a question. But now, you're teaching women who, and of course, and I know this sounds terrible, but most of my Japanese female students don't really have much in the way of breasts to worry about. It's not something they highlight. The whole reason I've been told by Japanese women here, the whole reason the short skirt thing and the really short thing, which I think came over from K-pop, is because, Japanese girls do have nice legs, and they don't have a lot in the way of a bust to accentuate, so they accentuate their legs with the short skirts and stuff so guys have something to look at. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I have been told that by a few women. So yeah, I just, and then another student came up and was talking with us, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna just eye contact, Jason, eye contact, So, it's just such a totally different world, and some students came in today, and they were talking to me about their summer vacation, and one wants to get their driver's license, and another one wants to travel all over, and she's going to the Philippines, and then she was talking about wanting to come to America, and I was telling her about places she might want to visit. And it's just such a different type of student-teacher relationship, and it's really been great. I'm really glad that I've had the opportunity to teach young kids, Chugakse, middle school, because middle school, they're awesome because they're still Genki and lively. They haven't been beaten down by the system yet, but they're obviously older, and you can talk to them about more things. I mean, when you're talking to Shogakse, you're talking about bugs and, poop and, just all kinds of silly things, right? At least when they're in junior high, you can start to talk a little bit more about more interesting things like music and, other stuff. And then, college students, it's all open. So it's been a really good journey. And, but yeah, summer. It's so hot. It's really hot. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, and it's going to leave my brain, and I don't want to edit this, so should I vamp for a minute while I think of it? I just thought of it. It was something about jet, and when you first come as a jet, and it wasn't omiyage, because I have a whole thing that I'm going to talk about that probably tomorrow, and yeah, I'm not going to remember, so I'll write it down, and when I remember it here in a minute, and include it in tomorrow's vlog or something. Anyway, I just got so much work to do, guys. It's just not fun, It's like, I come home, I want to relax, it's so hot in my kitchen, I don't want to cook, and, oh, I'm watching Newsroom. That wasn't what I wanted to tell you, but if you haven't seen it, it's great. Aaron Sorkin is amazing, in my opinion. Did The West Wing, did A Few Good Men, did Social Network, and he's writing this series for HBO. I just downloaded it. That's what I was going to tell you. Haha, I remembered. Yeah. So I make a little bit of money off this channel. I don't think that's a big surprise. I think you guys know. I've been on YouTube a long time, way back when I became a partner, when it used to be somewhat more exclusive and hard to get. And, so my clicks go down if I don't make a lot of videos. And obviously I didn't make a lot, but so, I still make enough that if you put this month together with this month, you combine them, I make enough for they send me, a check. I call it a check, but it's obviously a direct deposit to my American bank. And I just, got a message from them how much it's going to be for this month, and it should be deposited in the next few days. So I'm like, wow, okay, so that will help pay for that bill, so now I can spend $28 and download, The Newsroom, which is this show I'm watching off HBO, written by Aaron Sorkin. So thank you guys. You guys watch these videos, you guys click, you guys allowed me to be able to watch this awesome show I'm enjoying and give my brain some time to do something else. So I want to say thank you because, sometimes, you'd be surprised if you looked at my analytics what videos make more money than other videos and what people click on and what's more popular on my channel than other things, and it's still, I don't have any formula or whatever. I just do what I do, and a lot of you like it, and I really appreciate that. And I make a little bit of money on the side from it, and that's nice too. And so thanks, I really appreciate it. Okay, that should do it. See you guys. I hope you have a good weekend and you're not working all weekend like I'm going to probably have to. But I'm also going to enjoy sumo and do other things, so it's not going to be all drudgery. And I actually do enjoy making a test. That's part of my quirkiness as a teacher. I actually will enjoy it when it's finished. But the task, haunting me over here, it has to get done. I don't like that feeling. All right, peace. See you tomorrow, Saturday. Talk to you later. Bye.